we named Cliff just because Cliff was actually teaching at the writers' conference here today, and so he was the headliner. But all these people have been around. You guys have seen them all. Welcome, Cliff Stansell.
Happy Thanksgiving. You can lock the doors. Happy Valentine's Day. tune for a dance like in the mid-80s by this now famous dance caller, Pen Fix, up in Spokane, Washington. It's called Settlement Swing, and we went into another tune called Orphans of the Port. And that came out of me being in a band with Bo, who just stepped up here. Called the Port Orphans, and we were out of Port Orphan. So we're gonna do some talking tonight. Okay. And some history stuff. One of the really fun things, well actually, we're gonna do Root Pick. So, right? We're doing Root Pick. In 1976, I think, a good friend of mine and I drove down from basically Canada to Weiser, Idaho, to the National Fiddle Contest. And we got there kind of like dusk. And it was, we didn't know what we were doing. We went there to jam. I didn't have a fiddle yet, so I was playing a lot of guitar. And they told us to find a camping spot on this island, which I don't remember the name of. And so we did, and this friend of mine was Bob Elliott, is his name. We walked around looking for musicians to jam with, and sure enough, there were some great musicians there. And so I found this really good fiddle player sitting around the campfire, and the fire was pretty big, and there was a circle of people. And so I got out my guitar and we started playing. It was great. And so we played all through the night. It's the one thing that kept me up all night. And, maybe not now. Anyway, there was this tune that I took home with me called Boot Pick. And I was told that it was an Eskimo wedding march. Now, Steve has corrected me on this a little bit. So what exactly, can you tell the origin of that tune?
I think it came from British Columbia, in
65, I think you said.
Yeah, it's about an artist, owl.
Okay.
So that's.
So, yeah, so I got it wrong, but still it's a beautiful tune. And so we jammed all night long through the night, and the sun started coming up in the morning. And I looked across the fire, and there's my brother Les. Neither of us knew that we were. I mean, we didn't have cell phones. I didn't even have a home phone. So anyway, it was really cool. And this concert is dedicated to my brother Les tonight. He and his wife Mary started these concerts back in the 80s, early 80s.
2 years old.
So we're going to play Boot Pick Waltz. And Steve knows a little bit different variation of this, so we married the two together, and it's pretty sweet.
tonight, he will.
In the mid-1800s, early 1850s, the natives got real tired of being pushed out of this land. And the census was taken in 1854. In this valley, there were 45 Chetawesson Indians. And I think that was a precursor to moving them out. The Indians didn't really mind the trappers because they were overdoing it, but the miners is what really messed up the rivers and their livelihood. The way they survived. So in 1856, they gave the Indians gave one more chance at ridding the area of the miners.
Yeah.
And so word got out that this was going to happen. These are the Rogue River Indians, the Totopes, the Tetutans, however, it's pronounced different sometimes. There are, I think, 12 bands, and the Chetawesson in Pistol River was one of them. Down to the California line, up to the Umpqua River, inland a little bit. And anyway, the miners got word of this, and they hastily built a building up north of the Rogue River, about a mile, out of driftwood, and they held out the Indians for about a month. I think it was 33 days. Until Captain William Titchener came from Port Orford, and the army came up from the south, and they gathered up the Indians, marched them up to Port Orford, put them in holding pens, and waited until they could gather the rest of the Rogue River tribe. These are all Rogue River tribes, bands of the Rogue River tribes. And so the Indians did attack the miners on the way down, but when they got to the fort, it was a standoff, and both sides took deaths. But once they got that done with, they marched them up to Port Orford and put them in holding pens. And from there, they marched them up to the Siletz Grand Ronde Reservation. And it was a couple 100 miles. So the Trail of Tears was all over this country, not just in the East Coast. And some of them that couldn't walk, they put them on the Columbia steamer. And I know they didn't want to go. I've read this in history books, because they were told that they were going to get thrown overboard. But what's the option? Get killed here or take a chance? So they did take them up to Siletz in a roundabout way into a strange land. Lay down your bow and shield at the edge of the miner's field. Now we know how your fate was sealed, all in a strange land, all in a strange land. There was a way, lay down your shield. I heard them say, at the edge of the field, but they said they're to stay. Lay them down, forever in a strange land, forever in a strange land.
just might come back to you. Keep your dream inside your shoe. Use it in a strange land. Use it in a strange land. There was a way down your shoe. I heard them say, but they sent them to stay forever in a strange land. Forever in a strange land. You were forced to leave your home, forced to run and forced to roam. The raven says to walk alone, deep into a strange land, deep into a strange land. There was a way down your shoe. I heard them say, but they sent them to stay forever in a strange land. Forever in a strange land. Lay down your bow and shield at the edge of the miner's field. Now we know how your fate was sealed, all in a strange land, all in a strange land.
One of my fun things to do is to take my kayak out in the ocean around the polar heads on a nice day, of course. No fog. And so one day I was going through what I call the jaws, and that's the southern tip of the heads, and then the rock just south of that is Titchener Island. There's that name. And anyway, so I was sitting there in my kayak, maybe 40 feet off the rocks, and probably 30 feet deep. And this whale comes up really close to me, like 20 feet away. And we locked eyes. It was such an amazing feeling. And it lasted forever, 30 seconds maybe. And then he very quietly went under, and I watched him swim underneath my kayak. I could see the barnacles on his brow. So special. I could not write something about that. This is called Eye of the Whale.
overlooking the bay. There's lots of discussion, but nothing to say. Send me a vision, give me a sign. What do I look for? What book will I find? Out on the ocean, I see something rise. It's covered with armor, with soft glowing eyes. It's deadly but gentle, gigantic but frail. It's like a woman. It's the eye of the whale. Last piece of puzzle is lost in the deep. I reach for the answer, but the answer won't shoot. I try not to worry, I try not to think. The answer is found in the eye of the whale.
Fifteen or 20 years ago, I was in San Diego, and I was in this violin shop, and this guy had a fiddle there that was made in 1631. He handed it to me, and then he handed me a bow. It was a $10,000 bow. The violin was $30,000, and I played it, and the first 2 inches of the bow stroke was like being in heaven on earth. It was amazing. I've never experienced anything like that before or since. But then I started thinking, what has this instrument seen over almost 400 years? If it can talk, what would it say? It's seen governments fall, all kinds of catastrophes, environmental and whatever, and it's still in one piece. So that made me think of my own, my own fiddle. And I remember riding with my brother-in-law in his little, it was a 51 Ford pickup. And we would have like 5 people in the cab. And me with my fiddle wouldn't fit up there. So who's gonna ride him back? I'm gonna ride him back. The fiddle is kept safe in the middle of all these people.
Fiddle in the middle.
And so there's a line in this song that says, yes, keep you safe in the middle. But there's another line that says, you didn't keep the warning. And this is for fiddle players in particular, but any musician. Because when you learn to play the violin, as Amy and I can both attest to, there's that screech period.
Never screamed.
No, Amy didn't screech. So if you get over that, here's the warning. If you get that far, you're hooked. And, you know, there's no going back. It's a very expensive drug. And very time-consuming drug also. So, just a warning to any of you folks out there that are learning to fiddle. I know Zane is, and he's too far gone.
You got the fiddle bug already.
In the middle of people, so, yeah.
And even driving, when we're gonna drive and have a rehearsal, we keep the fiddle
That's
in the
right.
middle.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, so anyway, so the other thing is, we don't own these instruments.
They own us.
They own us. Yeah. We are the caretakers. We're the keepers. And so when we pass on, then the instruments get passed on to somebody else too. And you know, I think about my brother's Les's guitars. You know, some of those are going to last for, unless they get run over or something, are going to last for many, many years. And, so anyway, this song is called Keeper of the Fiddle. I was born in 1724, and I guess I've just about seen it all. I survived the Civil War, watched the empire's fall. Cremona is my hometown, and I've been all over the place. I was there when the Third Reich went down. Saw the look on the president's face. It's a miracle that I'm still alive. Like the king, safe in the middle. Always make sure I survive. You're the keeper of the fiddle. I played in the courtyards of Spain. I toured the theater of France, in the castles of Scotland and the great halls of Maine. I played at concerts, like you found me in a pawn shop in Portland, one step away from the grave. But a $30 price tag and a feeling inside convinced you that I should be saved. It's a miracle that I'm still alive. But you keep me safe in the middle. Always make sure I
spoke into me. He said to my darkness of tone, reminds him of the Aegean Sea. You seem different somehow. You caressed me in the morning. Share your time with me now. 'Cause you didn't heed the warning. I hope that you understand that you never did really own me. What you're holding in your hand is a gift from the fiddlers that have known me. Time will see you were meant to be the keeper of the fiddle. Hey, give me a little drum.
I was reading the Spokesman Review one day out of Spokane, Washington, and the headline of this article, it wasn't on the front page, it wasn't in the comics section, but the headline said, "Avocado rustlers apprehended." So my visual immediately went to cowboys on horseback wearing chaps, batwing chaps and tapaderos, racing through the avocado orchards, breaking off branches laden with avocados, putting them in their sacks and riding off. And I also thought, wrestling is a hanging offense, isn't it? But I was wrong on both accounts. They were guys in lowrider pickups, and I'm not sure how they got the avocados in the orchards, but it wasn't what I thought.
That would have made a good song.
So this is called Avocado Rustlers. 3, 4.
Turn on the news, and ugly sick from San Diego strong. The media crews fixed on an 82 forever run. The broken windshield, the splattering green, the shocking horror of what we have seen. I guess it's true, I can't believe the rustling and the colors.
4 hours today. The little horse is a pony.
Yeah.
I'm a pony. And I don't have my water up here. I'll get it later, I guess. Anyway, this one is called Little by Little. Just give me a little, just a touch will do. Little by little, just enough to get me through. Spending all my time trying to get away. Work should be a crime, it sure gets in the way. Most every day, just give me a little, just a touch will do. Little by little, just enough to get me through. Have the same old dream where I look into the face of a boy who cannot scream, of a boy who's lost his voice. In the human race, just give me a little, just a touch will do. Little by little, just enough to get me through. I'm closer to the edge than I've ever been before. Pull me from the ledge, push me to the floor. Then bolt the door. Just give me a little, just a touch will do. Little by little, just enough to get me through. Taste me with your lips, choke me with your breast, rock me with your hips, blind me with the rest. 'Cause I'm hard pressed, just to give me a little, just a touch will do. Little by little, just enough to get me through. Spending all my time trying to get away. Love should be a crime, not really. Sure gets in the way. Most every day, just give me a little, just a touch will do. Little by little, just enough to get me through. You ever tried to herd a bunch of cats? That's these guys. But they're really cool cats. So we're gonna do one more tune here, and then we're gonna take a short break. We'll come back and do a longer set later. first of all, I'll say this. One of my fantasies in life has been to swim in the warm ocean. And I grew up here. So, and I did swim in the ocean a lot. My cousin and I surfed back in the mid-60s. And we didn't have wetsuits, we didn't have leashes on the boards. We'd build a fire on the beach and go out for about 20 minutes till our knees got numb. And come back and probably eat a hot dog or something, you know, and go back out again. But my daughter Katie took me to this, we went to the South Pacific.
Oh, wow.
And we went to Bali, we went to New Zealand, and we went to Raja Ampat. And in Raja Ampat, there is a place called Cordilleras Homestay. Homestay is similar to Airbnb here, I guess, but it's north of Australia, just a little bit, and close to the equator, and just so beautiful. The coral reefs there, at that time, and probably still, they said were the most pristine in the world. So we snorkeled every day, and all these colorful fish and sharks. The sharks were black-tipped reef sharks, and so they weren't aggressive toward humans. But our guides, I think they do this with everybody. They have to have something to keep from being too bored. So when people are out swimming around, they'll yell, "Shark!" And it's like they're on starting blocks. They just shoot out of the water. I got to watch this. I wasn't in the water when it happened. But they thought it was funny. And we saw just all kinds of beautiful fish and sea turtles and sea snakes. And they would drop us off. They would just take us out in the boat and drop us off, and we'd snorkel for hours, you know. And it was such a wonderful experience. I'll never forget it. So that's a fantasy fulfilled. This tune is called Katie's Cordilleras. walking up on stage. Dangerous things to do. So, as Mark was saying, there are contra dances here. And, I think there's one coming up on the 14th of March. That's right. Okay. So, we trade back and forth between here and the Sixes Grange for contra dances. And so, us three and Laura Lee Cundiff is our bass So we're going to give you a little sample of what we play in the contra dances. It's high energy music. It's really fun. It's really fun to watch people, especially the beginners. Also, yes, running into each other. But also the people that know how to dance, the experienced dancers. It's really beautiful. And once they get going, the caller doesn't even have to say anything. They just do it. And we play these tunes for 6 or 8 minutes. So we don't just play one tune. We put a couple together. Anyway, we're going to give you a sample of what we do for contra dances. First tune is called Cold Frosty Morning. The second tune is called Angelina Baker. We started out with 4 potatoes, you'll hear it. That gives the caller a heads up on when to get the dancers going. Okay. Steve is moving back and Amy's making her way up to the stage again. I'll tell you about this next tune. This is something that I really love to do. I love to go up to these little springs that are way up in the hills. Find a spring coming out of the side of the mountain and follow it down to the ocean. There's one that comes out kind of at the base of Sugarloaf Mountain. It's about 20 miles east of here. And it originates, it's like maybe a 1.5 foot diameter by that deep, 1.5 foot deep or so. And it's an artesian well. And it just comes bubbling up out of the ground. You can stick your head down in there and get a big drink of Mother Earth milk. It's so sweet. If you follow that down a couple hundred feet, it looks like a miniature river with gravel bars on each side and little tiny trees. If you follow it down another 1/4 mile, it's a raging waterfalls, 30 feet high, very slippery, very dangerous. So the first time I went down there with my brother Les, and when you get to the river, actually, I should say, this spring, I followed it down all the way one time, and it comes out right down here. It's Pistol River. Anyway, I'll get back to when Les and I went up. This was in the mid-'80s, I believe. And I think Mom dropped us off. And so we started hiking down. And you get into these big, deep pools. It's just so crystal clear with big boulders. And so, you hop from one to another. And we came to this spot where it looked like we might have to swim. So you do have to cross a lot, but hopefully it's not over your head. Anyway, it looked like it was maybe 6 feet deep. I put my pack up over my head and I stepped off the rock, and it was really about 12 feet deep. So I swam my pack over to a gravel bar about 50 feet away. And Les says, I'm going to try to find a different way. So he goes back up the river, and about half hour, 45 minutes later, he comes down with a broken finger and a cracked rib. So, but the source of these rivers are all different. Like Hunter's Creek starts out as a little wet spot, and then a couple feet down it might be 3-inch diameter little pool. 3 or 4 feet down, it's maybe 2 of them. So it turns into Hunter's Creek gradually. Elk River is a seepage, and it comes out, it starts at the kind of almost to the top of Iron Mountain, which is like 40 miles east of the ocean, east of Port Orford. And Lobster Creek is a full-blown creek coming right out of the side of the mountain. They're all different. The source of these are all different. And they're so much fun. And Les and I did that one trip. My son Ben and I did it a couple times. But that's kind of how I named this next tune. It's called The Source. say your names or anything, but Port Orford people. I'd like to take a couple minutes here to introduce the band. Corey is going to come up here and play with us too.
I'm watching the show.
Playing the game.
Yeah.
So, over there playing accordion is Steve Boyer. Steve is an accordion freak. He's an accordion junkie. So, Steve will go halfway around the world to learn new accordion tunes. Yeah. So, was it like a year and a half ago? You went to Bulgaria? And I'm thinking, Steve, just look on YouTube. You can get Bulgarian tunes. Because I was worried about it. But he did. He came back with some cool tunes. And he's been playing accordion since he was 5. So he should be getting pretty good by now. Steve Boyer on accordion. Standing next to me is Chris Forster playing. Chris and I go back about 15 years. I was just with Steve too. I remember Amy, when I came back here, Amy said, "You gotta be playing music with Chris. You know, he's such a good all-around musician." When I started forming this band, I designated Chris to be yeah. And the dynamics. He's so good with dynamics.
Very sensitive.
And he also was a school teacher, and he utilized music in his teachings at school, which I think is critical. I think it's so important. Chris is fun to play with. Chris Forster, please. Amy Cusick on violin. Amy has been playing for over 20 years. She started when she was 3. 23. Amy is so good. She started out playing classical music. She's one of the very few classical musicians that I played with that can play by ear. Most of them that I played with anyway, if the wind blows their sheet music off the stand, they're lost.
I never see her look at the music at all.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I see it all. Where's her stand?
She and Les and I did a concert here, I think it was 94, was it? 93 or 94? And with some other musicians. And it's just so much fun to play with her. Anything that I play, she makes it sound good. And she talk about accolades. If you want to talk accolades, we won't. But she was the concert master of an orchestra. Okay.
She's just good.
She's so good.
No, it's just, this is what it's all about.
Amy Cusick on violin. Bo Jones on bass. Bo and I were in a band called the Port Orphans out of Port Orford. He came up with a name which I thought was brilliant.
You're welcome.
And he's such a joy to play with. He has such a wonderful tone with his bass and just such a good feel. Plus, he's a good harmony singer. He's a good vocalist.
Yes.
And his main gig is drums.
Well, now it is.
Here's now with this guy right here. Great feeling.
So, and we were in a band like, what, 15 years ago or so? Something like that. Mhm.
Bunch of restaurant gigs.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Bo is a really good musician, and I love playing with him. Plus, he's a really good guy, as all these guys are. Corey Simons. Another school teacher. Boy, I'd love to be in one of his classes. Corey, I asked him to be the sound guy because Woody's wife was getting close to having a baby. We figured, probably would be today. I have not heard, but anyway.
Last time I saw it, looked close.
Okay. Yeah. What's that?
When the belly button pops up, it's ready.
That's when? Okay.
I just want to add to that too. When Cliff called me, I was super busy, and I ended up saying no
Yeah.
when you asked me to come do sound for you. And then I hung up and talked to my wife, and I said, I know I've been working on trying to learn how to say no. And I think I just practiced on the wrong dude. It's like, how do you say no to Cliff, right?
You don't.
So I called him back the next day, and I was like, I would be honored to play with you. So, let's hear it for Cliff, too.
Corey adds a whole nother dimension to this band. This is a new band. This is our first concert ever, maybe our last. Who knows? But really, really appreciate Corey being in this band. So music is our medicine, as I'm sure it is with probably almost all of you, probably all of you. If we don't play music, or at least listen to it, we'll go crazy, literally. It's our medicine. This song is called, it's about that. This song is called Method to My Madness. There is a method to my madness. Think by now I got it down. Stay clear of pain, stay clear of sadness. Stay calm and stay out of town. Grab my fiddle, grab my guitar too. Bring along a butt, maybe a brew. I'm headed to the front porch to play some tunes. It's my medicine, and it's long overdue. There is a method to my madness. Check it out, it's plain to see. There is a method to my madness. Keep the love, lose the misery.
the day. There is a method to my madness. Works for me almost all of the time. Find a method to your madness. Find your rhythm and find your rhyme. There is a method to my madness. There is a method to my madness. There is a method to my madness. This next song came from a dream that I've been having crazy dreams. Anybody else been having really bizarre dreams? Just weird dreams.
We don't need to go to sleep to have crazy dreams. We're seeing them all the time.
But this was about how, this dream was about how we don't have the resources that we need on Earth. And there's not enough really cool places to live anymore. And in the dream, it was about overpopulation. And in the dream, we figured out a way to remedy that. It wasn't killing people. Way easier than that. Yeah, just need your glasses. This is called Return to Earth.
See, Chris, I do it for him too.
Check the wind before you go outside. It will blow you away, take you for a ride. Rivers getting high again, it happens every year. But the dust in the fall is way more severe. but there's not enough to go around. We fight each other for a chance at the higher ground. Ran through the forest and the trees were standing so tall. As many people, so they didn't have to take them all. Tell us things are fine, we're in a good place. I can see for myself by the look on her face. They'll never kill the earth, she's just big and strong. We can poison ourselves and it won't take too long. I swam in the clear blue river flowing into the sea. The sharks in the salties were friends and they were friendly to me. In my dream I could see that things weren't the same. Too many on a small planet was what's to blame. So instead of 4 or 5 kids we have 2 or 3. Now there is plenty for all and for all to see. Face the north, face the south, face the east, face the west, face the north, face the south, face the east, return to, face the west, return to, face the north, return to, face the south. In 2013, I heard a news story that really shook me. It was a story, I think it was on PBS maybe, said that there were 18 people a day committing suicide that were military, either active or inactive military. And it just blew my mind. I multiplied that times 365 days. It's over 6,000 people a year. And so I thought, I could write something down about this. And
as usual with my process of songwriting, I didn't force it, I let it come to me. And 3 weeks later, the song was done. And in that time, it had gone up to 22 a day. That's over 8,000 a year. And I thought, is this even sustainable? Does the military think this is sustainable? So then I did more arithmetic. 350 million people in the US times 3% of, which is military, that's just an arbitrary figure, but it's close. 10 million people in the military. And so about a month ago, I heard another news story. And this story said that that is inaccurate. It's, if anything, twice that, because that's just the documented suicides, not counting drug overdoses or whatever. So this has been going on for, I don't know how long, maybe 20 years now. And it's down to 17 a day now. So that's still a lot. Why do we have to have these wars? I'm not going to get political, but I looked on the congressionally approved wars. We've had one every generation since the Revolutionary War, which I think ended in 1779. So it's no wonder that we're messed up. We have not had time to recover from this. Even one generation wouldn't do it. We need at least 3 generations of no war. And it just seems like it's not going to happen. So, anyway, I wrote this song called 18 a Day. We'll play it for you now. This is coming from somebody that has PTSD. Used to be gentle, they said I was kind, but something went bad, something broke in my mind. The day I came home, I saw a big change. My friends and my family said that I was acting strange. They said I was jumpy and quick to reply. I could see it myself, but I didn't know why. They said I'd get better and I would be alright. Way too fast, and I don't sleep at night. Who are you fighting? You don't even know. It could be that girl that's walking so slow. The jungle's no different than the hot burning sand. You cut down a child with a gun in his hand. My father was crazy, he always kept to himself. He said his last month in Saigon was bad for his health. I thought he could take it, stand up like a man, stop acting weak. It's all part of God's plan. But deep down inside, I knew I was wrong. He just kept on sliding. He really wasn't that strong. One day he decided
hot burning sand. When you cut down a child with a gun in his hand. I picked up my girlfriend and we drove into town. The night was warm, so we left the top down. But a flash from the roadside took me back to a place. My ears started ringing, could feel the heat on my face. I swerved off the highway. She was thrown from the car. She left that night on the Rocky River bar. So here I am walking down to the tracks. I'm just another poor soldier who slipped through the cracks. Who are you fighting? They all look the same. How'd you get caught in this killing game? The jungle's no different than the hot burning sand. You cut down a child with a gun in his hand. There's a whole lot more soldiers who were just like me. They'll blow out their brains like I saw on TV. Down at the bookstore, I heard someone say, the number's gone up to 18 a day. Number's gone up to 22 a day.
That's a tough one, Cliff. Kind of hard to handle that one. I saw some tears out there. Yeah, you did.
We'll make up for it. I was in the,
Great song, though.
It's a great song. Needed to be sung.
I was in the, the old folks home, I'll just say it that way. And I was walking down the hallway, and ahead of me was this elderly gentleman, and I saw him walk across the hall, and he knocked on a door. And an elderly gentlewoman opened the door, and he says, "Bet you can't tell how old I am." She says, "I bet I can." He says, "Okay, go ahead." She says, "Drop your pants." So he looked a little shocked and dropped his pants. And she says, "You're 96. And he's shocked. He says, "How did you know that?" "You told us at breakfast this morning." So, we're gonna, play a more uplifting tune. This tune, this song is saying that we need to be nice to each other. Quit being mean to each other. We need to be nice. It's called Rule of the Heart.
There's a voice in my head telling me to run, but the one in my heart says slow down, son. Take a look deep inside and weigh things out. Do what you can to erase any doubt. Run, but my legs gave out. I tried to yell, but I could not shout. I tried hard to look, but my eyes wouldn't see. There's a whisper in the breeze that I can't hear. It's all about love and not about fear. With hope in the wind and peace in the rain, there's knowledge in suffering and wisdom in pain. It took a while, but I finally learned not to keep me from getting burned. All I had to do was come in from the rain. But now I'm feeling fine.
brother Les Stansell. My father-in-law was my best friend. He,
Before you get too crazy, you got me thinking about some of our crazy experiences we had growing up.
yeah, what do you got?
Well, remember that time we thought we'd go on vacation in Taos?
Oh, yeah.
Several near-death experiences on that trip.
Due to my brother-in-law thing.
Yeah, that was crazy stuff.
We were tree planting down at 9,000 feet in Taos, New Mexico for a couple months, wasn't it?
About 5 weeks, I think, but it was one of those things where we thought, hey, this sounds like fun, Taos. You know, nice and warm and sunny down there, and we go on the trip, real nice camping trip, and it turned out it wasn't quite what we expected.
We did survive it though.
We did, it was pretty amazing. Scott,
No. Yeah, there are many more of those stories. So anyway,
Cliff was quite an adventurer. And he also was a musician.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned it, but check out Stansell guitars on the internets, and you'll see some beautiful guitars made out of local woods, a lot of them, and
Black walnut.
okay. What are the sides?
Black walnut,
The whole thing?
yeah.
The neck?
The neck is quarter cedar.
So the four-roof cedar guitars that he has made have this really beautiful, bright tone to them.
That's nice.
So anyway, my father-in-law was my best friend, and he unfortunately got cancer and died. It was a horrible shock for people that knew him. But about 2 weeks before he passed away, I got this tune in my head that we're going to play. And his name was Elton, and he had a giant eagle tattooed on his chest because he was in the Navy in World War II. That's what you do, I guess. So, or a battleship, or a lady. So this tune came to me, and I couldn't shake it. So I tried to shake it, but it wouldn't go away. So I finally realized it was connected to him. And I call it Time to Fly because of the eagle on his chest. It was our mother's favorite. Picture yourself taking a journey from Shanghai, China to Shenandoah Mountains, eastern U.S. And it starts out in Shanghai with the Chinese violin called the erhu, and it will morph into the old-time fiddle style of Shenandoah. Then it goes back to Shanghai again, and if you listen very closely to the very last note of the tune, it's back in the Shenandoah area.
Drive from Port Orford here and wherever else you can. Thank you so much.
Something happened here. But it ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I've got to beware. Think it's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat.